In the quiet village of Odogwu, there lived a blind man named Okon. Okon was poor, so poor that even his clothes were patched in many places. He lived alone in a small mud hut at the edge of the forest. People often passed him without greeting. Children sometimes laughed at him, saying, "Blind Okon, where are you looking?" But Okon never got angry. He would smile and say, "The eyes of the heart see farther than the eyes on the face." Even though he was blind, Okon helped people in small ways. He told stories to children under the mango tree. He listened to people's problems and gave wise advice. He prayed for anyone who came to him in trouble. His only true friend was a small boy, Adam, who sometimes brought him food. One dry season, strange things began to happen. The river that gave the village water suddenly dried up. The crops began to wither. People started falling sick from thirst. The elders gathered in the village square. "We must find water, or the whole village will die," the chief said. They sent strong young men into the forest to search for another river, but none was found. That night, Okon had a dream. In the dream, he saw an old woman with white hair. She said, "Okon, your eyes may be blind, but your spirit can see. Follow the song of the forest and you will find the water." When Okon woke up, he called for Etim. "Take me to the elders. I have something to say." When Okon spoke of his dream, many people laughed. "Blind man, what do you know about finding water?" But Etim stood up for him. "Sometimes those who cannot see the world can see the truth better." Finally, the chief agreed. "Okon, take 3 young men and go. If you fail, we will know you are only dreaming." With Etim guiding him, and 3 other men carrying water gourds, Okon walked into the forest. He told them, "Be silent. Listen for the song of the forest." They walked for hours. At first, they heard only the sound of dry leaves under their feet. Then, far away, they heard something, a faint humming sound, like a woman singing. They followed the sound, but the path became rough. Thorns scratched their legs, and a snake crossed their way. 2 of the men became afraid. "Let us go back. This is dangerous," they said. But Okon refused. "The voice is calling. We must go on." Finally, they reached a hidden valley. In the middle was a giant rock. The singing sound was coming from behind it. Okon placed his ear on the rock. "Water is under here," he said. The men laughed, but he told them to dig. They dug and dug. Soon, a small stream of clear, cold water gushed out. They shouted for joy. They filled their gourds and hurried back to the village. When the people drank the water, their strength returned. The elders went to see the place for themselves and agreed it would be the new village well. The chief stood before the people and said, "Today we have learned that blindness of the eyes is not blindness of the heart. Okon has saved us all." From that day, Okon was no longer called Blind Okon. They called him Okon the Seer. The villagers took care of him, and children grew up learning his wisdom. Okon would often tell them, "What you see with your eyes can deceive you, but what you see with your heart is always true." And so, a blind poor man became the savior of his village.